Hello everyone, today we are going to take a detailed look at this LEGO Marvel set X-Men The X-Mansion. It contains 3,093 pieces, comes with 10 minifigures and retail at $550 million. We are kicking off with a detailed look at the mansion. It's actually looking really nice on its own. I know there are lots of comments about, hey, when you connect it to the other modulars, the side doesn't speak well. That's entirely true. But as a standalone set, you can see it looks really well from the front, on the side, and also there are plenty of details at the back as well. From the back, you can clearly see it consists of 3 half base plate instead of the 1.5 configuration that you often see in modular this size. Having said that, you can see the gap here. One thing is that there's no connectors between this. However, at the base, there are very long stick to kind of make it stable or secure the two wings with the central building. Now this setting does make this set a bit of a challenge to move around, because if you just hold the base, then it will move around, so you have to, while holding the base, kind of press together so it doesn't fall apart. Before we take a look at the interiors, let's just appreciate some of the exterior details that you've seen. So this is on the back side, a couple of stickers with various Easter eggs. And a mini basketball court at the back, and I really miss the technique to build this hoop here because I was first experienced a very similar build of the same thing in the Lego movie to Welcome to Apocalypseburg. Now this thing here is actually part of an action feature, which we'll take a look later because it's a lot more easier to see what is happening when we look at the interior. We've got some more, and throughout the build you see all these holes here because it's to do with this particular piece to allow you to place a different minifigure flying around the mansion. And this part here is another cool action feature, is that if you push it down, it will remove the top. Now back to the front, there are a lot more details to go through. One thing I noticed is that the roof here, because Lego is lacking a particular L-shaped element for this, so the roof kind of look awkward because there's nothing for you to make the turn here. Having said that, there is some nice use of pieces to create some of the exterior details at the front. This sign and also the X logo here obviously are stickers. And I really like how they use the clear piece and sticker for the interior detail to have a screen from this window. It does create a really nice effect. There are plenty of space in the balcony to place minifigures. There are plenty of space dedicated at the front for you to place minifigures and creating the courtyard of the mansion. We have this iconic sign of the school. Unfortunately, this is a sticker. I really wish this piece is printed. There are various battle effects across the pavement here. You've got the stickers here. They do include like additional stickers if you want to change things up a little bit, but I didn't apply those. I just used the default Wolverine scratch marks here. And then on this side, you can see part of the mansion has been destroyed. Now, Daily Bugle has a similar effect, and I think there are enough pieces for you to patch it up. And this is the part where you place the Sentinel here. And now let's remove the roofs and take a look at the inside. As obviously, there's 3 parts, so you have 3 roofs to remove. So the center part is actually a lab. They got plenty of equipment for you to check up some of the X-Men. This is a really CT or MRI looking machine here. We've got this elevated view. Obviously, it's a fake out. It doesn't even have enough depth to place minifigure, which you might seen similar with the Daily Bugle set. There's no action items, brick build. There are more lab equipment on this side. And you can see this is actually the world map with indicator of where are the sentinels. So this is a really cool effect, as I just mentioned earlier. There are more equipments and also a sticker here for some additional details. And then more to it, like on this side, you got the corridor leading to a bedroom or the hospital beds or whatever that you want to say. Some nice build of a desk with computer. I like how they create the effect of a half pulled out drawer and a spilled mug of coffee. And on this side, got plenty of Easter eggs as well. Here, you've got the bed and this sticker for you to create the iconic meme featuring Wolverine. And this is his summarized thought based on one of his, I guess, experience or story when Wolverine visited Japan. Normally, I'm not a fan of stickers, but I do like this kind of stickers, kind of recreating a X-Men comic cover. There's actually an X-ray or a report on Wolverine arm, but I find it really difficult to take it out, so I'm gonna leave it. And then we've got another sticker here, which is the chess sport, where Professor X and Magneto often play against each other. And this is the danger room over here. You can see right onto the first floor. There are plenty of dangerous trap and booby traps around. We've got some rocket. It's very hard to show you the first floor, but we'll come back later on. But on the second floor, you can see plenty of pretty crazy setup. But the best part of the danger room is this control area here. You've got the stickers to represent the control. I really like how they use these pieces here, which, if you don't like the danger room, you can actually use this or modify this as a operation theater that you often see in some university or medical research center. And now it's time to remove the second level so we can take a look at the details in the first level. So again, it's very straightforward. It's the modular style, so it makes it very easy to access some of the room, even though most of the rooms are a little bit too small for adult finger to mess around inside. Again, essentially we've got the elevator, but this X carpet is really the highlight for me. And you also get two very interesting or very detailed build of a sofa. On this side, we are heading towards the classroom. You can see from the sticker there's bees here kind of doing the lecture, and there are plenty of other stickers around. Unfortunately, the classroom can only fit two students, even though the lecture room or classroom desks are done very well. Obviously, on the other side is the first level of the danger room. There's another sticker to represent some of the news report regarding the Sentinel, and then we've got a newspaper here. All these are stickers, and remember that high voltage sign we've seen at the back. If you pull it out, you can open the door to access the danger room. Pretty much, I'm sure you just push your enemy inside and then lock it. And this is a better look at the first level of the danger room. You can see there's plenty of trap. We got like 4 spikes, lots of grenades, fire, and then like other stuff that, I really don't want to be inside. While I'm putting this back up together, I just want to comment on the building experience. Nothing is extremely difficult. It's pretty straightforward and tons of details. Few parts a little bit repetitive because of how uniform the mansion looks. Otherwise, it's a pretty cool building experience, especially if you never build something this detailed before. It's definitely a really fun build, but of course, this is not, the most complex or most surprising build I experienced ever. Before we go through the minifigures, first we take a look at this brick build Sentinel. I think it's a pretty cool size, and if you place a minifigure next to it, you can see how tall it is. It's a very, straightforward color palette. It does remind me a little bit of Galactus because of the color scheme, but anyway, we've got a really cool hands that you can, change, even though only 4 fingers again. And then on this side, you got something to capture the mutants. Unfortunately, because of the size of this mech build, you don't really have any leg or knees articulation, so you're kind of limited with certain poles. And at the back, we've got this here to again connect this piece to have some battle effects. Unfortunately, this set only comes with two of this, so you might want to buy some extra to make this whole set a little bit more noisy. But back to the Sentinel, unfortunately, one part kind of fall off. I like the part that this head is actually printed, not stickers. Because of it, stickers, if you misalign something, then it would just ruin the whole Sentinel build. And the chest here is actually a sticker. Overall, I think it's a really cool looking mech, and good representation of the Sentinel. And here are the 10 minifigures included in this set. We've got Magneto, Professor X, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Gambit, Rogue, Bishop, and Iceman. First, we take a look at Professor X and Magneto. So Professor X using all existing parts for the minifigure, which can be a little bit disappointing to most people. But for me, I think it's fine because of how well this hover chair is done. And then with Magneto, you've got some additional parts for him to create the effect that he's floating. But overall, it's pretty cool Magneto minifigure, especially a very helmet that done very nicely. And then they did include like additional hairpiece for you to have Magneto without the helmet, and they opt to use the rubber cape this time. So this is the first time featuring this purple color. In my opinion, Professor X kind of excel because of the hover chair, and Magneto itself is a really cool minifigure. Next, we have Jean Grey and Cyclops. Again, Jean Grey is the first appearance, but with the common issue with Lego head printing on a dark color. I think it's already way better than some of the earlier minifigures, but I don't think they would perfect the print on a dark minifigure head. No leg printing, but very cool printing on the torso. And then, of course, she has an alternate facial expression, which is a lot more angrier in terms of Cyclops. You do get, I think, leg prints, because in the X-Jet, I don't think he has leg prints. I didn't buy the X-Jet, so for me, it's the first Cyclops minifigure. And I think, how they create the effect is done very well. And of course, you can always remove it and then review his looks. And of course, he has an alternate facial expression like this. Next, we have Wolverine and Storm. For Wolverine, they did include the helmet. Unfortunately, this Wolverine, again, is slightly different to the one from Collectible Minifigure Series. This one doesn't have any arm printing, because I think it's more like in battle mode with some damages. I think it would be useful if you want to create some of the version that you've seen in Deadpool and Wolverine. And of course, he has this alternate facial expression. And then with Storm, this time has a different hairstyle compared to the one from the Collectible Minifigure series, and a much more detailed cape around her shoulder and arms, but more subtle electric effect. Lovely printing on the torso, no legs printing, and this is her alternate facial expression, which kind of out of focus because I'm still getting used to some of the auto feature from the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which sometimes can be a bit annoying, but now it's all focused and you can see her smiley face. Next, we have Gambit and Rogue. Gambit is a face print on a black colored torso. He does look a little bit pale. Having said that, the torso and the legs print done very well. He also comes with his iconic stuff, and also this card effects well. One of his attack is throwing a card. Unfortunately, these cards are not printed, and I don't think it's ideal to have stickers in these pieces, because you constantly, if you play with it, I constantly have the minifigures holding the card and removing it, which gonna create additional friction on the sticker. So this is a shame, but he has a really cool hairstyle and also a secondary face. For Rogue, I think the best part is her hair with this highlight, which will create the character very well. I think she did comes with the X-Jet, but I think there's a slight variation. Overall, is another cool minifigure, especially if you haven't have the X-Jet. Then this set comes with some of the minifigures that you really want but without buying the X-Jet. And this is the LEGO Marvel X-Men The X-Mansion. As a standalone set, it's a really nice looking set with cool minifigures. I like the set quite a lot, even though the building experience may not be the best experience that you may have lately with some of the more complex sets. While it's a set that I like very much, I probably won't recommend this set to everyone because it's actually serving a particular niche market, and of course you can wait longer to get a more reasonable price. Do let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channels and give this video a like.